Everyone's talking about it, and we believe through data, through deep analytics, that we can actually provide that clarity to the market.
Connecting it to the tracking data and then also making the connection to video as well.
Innumerable amount of apps out there at the present time that are allowing athletes and indeed everyday people to collect data on what happens in their menstrual cycle.
Recently, the NBA partnered with Second Spectrum, a data analytics company, to provide advanced player tracking data for teams and fans. Whilst this is an innovative use of data, and it will no doubt lead to great fan engagement, this partnership raised serious questions about who owns the data collected from athletes and how it can be used. The league and teams are making money off our data. It's time we had a conversation about how that revenue is shared. Kevin Durant, NBA player. Welcome back to AthleteIQ. In today's episode, we tackle a pressing issue revolutionized by emerging technologies. Who owns an athlete's data? As athletes, sporting teams and leagues use new technologies to capture and analyze data. The stakes over data ownership have never been higher. This data isn't just about optimizing training. It's a goldmine driving multi-million-dollar deals, raising privacy concerns, and empowering athletes to demand control and fair compensation. With evolving regulations and innovative solutions like blockchain reshaping the landscape, understanding data ownership is crucial for every stakeholder in sports. Why should you care? Even as an amateur, your training data, health information, and performance metrics are sensitive. Protecting this information is crucial for your personal privacy and potentially your future opportunities. Your data tells a story about your performance and potential. Control over this narrative can be crucial for college recruitment, team selection, or future professional opportunities. It's important to remember that the sports technology landscape is rapidly evolving. What might seem like minor data points now could become valuable assets in the future. By caring about and understanding these issues early in your career, you're better positioned to protect your interests and take advantage of opportunities as they arise. The value of athlete data. The volume and types of data being collected and analyzed for athletes and sporting teams is increasing all of the time. The value of this data may not be clear right now, but there is no doubt it will be of value in the future. We are all aware of data such as heart rate and location data, but what data might become even more valuable in the future? Biometric data like blood oxygen, sweat rate, and sleep patterns. Performance data, including agility and reaction time and data on technique and form. Health records, including injury reports and psychological assessment. Even environmental data like weather and altitude. This data is already being collected or is becoming increasingly easier to collect. The value may not yet be clear, but new business models and opportunities are evolving. How is this data being used? Right now, athletes' data is being captured and used to develop customized training programs, technique improvement, strategic planning, injury prevention, and rehabilitation. The business of sports also depends on sharing this data across stakeholders, such as sports brands, sports marketers, agents, and advertising agencies. These applications of athlete data illustrate how modern sports teams leverage technology to maximize performance and minimize injury risks, contributing to the overall success and longevity of athletes' careers. What are the financial implications? The financial implications and value of athlete data in the sports industry are significant and multifaceted. Here's an overview of the key financial aspects. Teams use data analytics to improve player performance, reduce injuries, and optimize strategies, leading to better team performance and higher chances of winning championships. This success translates into increased team valuations, higher ticket sales, and greater merchandise revenue. As an example, the use of data analytics has been credited with contributing to the success of teams like the Houston Astros in baseball and Leicester City in football, both of which saw substantial increases in their market value following their data-driven successes. Athlete data is also a valuable commodity for partnerships with tech companies and sports betting firms. Teams and leagues can monetize this data through sponsorship deals and partnerships. It is becoming more and more clear that athletes who control their own data can use it to enhance their personal brand. They can share performance metrics and health data to attract endorsements and sponsorships, leveraging their data to demonstrate peak performance and fitness levels. Detailed athlete data fuels the sports betting and fantasy sports industries, increasing fan engagement and generating substantial revenue. Data analytics enhances the fan experience by providing deeper insights into player performance and game strategies. This data is used in broadcasts, second screen experiences, and augmented reality applications, making the viewing experience more engaging and interactive. By using data to prevent injuries and manage player health more effectively, teams can extend the careers of their athletes. Longer careers mean sustained performance and longer-term revenue generation from star players. The demand for athlete data has spurred innovation in sports technology, creating new market opportunities for tech companies developing advanced analytics platforms, wearable devices, and health monitoring systems. Legal and ethical considerations. There are currently several key themes around ethics and legality of using athletes' data. Athletes generally must provide consent for their data to be used or shared. The commercialization of athlete data, especially in relation to sports betting and performance analytics, has raised significant legal and ethical questions. For example, the NFL has agreements to share player data from embedded chips, which can track player movements in real time. In Canada, the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, PIPEDA, suggests that athletes retain ownership rights over their biometric data. In various international jurisdictions, legal experts and sports organisations are debating the implications of data ownership. These points underscore the complexity and importance of athlete data ownership, reflecting the need for clear legal protections and agreements to safeguard athletes' rights while leveraging the benefits of data technology in sports. Understanding the stakeholders in athlete data. So who are the multiple key stakeholders in athletes' data, and what are their motivations for managing and controlling the data? Athletes are directly affected by data collection as it pertains to their performance, health, and privacy. Teams and clubs use data to optimize player performance, prevent injuries, and develop game strategies. Leagues and governing bodies set the regulations and standards for data collection and usage. FIFA's initiative to protect player data during the World Cup and the NFLPA's agreement with Whoop to ensure players own their health data technology and analytics companies who develop the wearable devices and analytics platforms that collect and analyze athlete data. Sponsors and advertisers use athlete data to create targeted marketing campaigns and enhance fan engagement. They see value in accessing data that can provide insights into athlete performance and brand alignment. Fans benefit from enhanced viewing experiences through detailed performance analytics and insights. Media outlets use this data to create engaging content that attracts viewership and advertising revenue. Legal and privacy advocates are focused on ensuring that data collection practices comply with privacy laws and that athlete rights are protected. Medical teams use health and biometric data to monitor player health, manage injuries, and develop personalized treatment plans. Their primary concern is the accurate and ethical use of data to improve athlete welfare. Why do they want to control this data? Athletes want to avoid unauthorized use and potential misuse of their personal and performance data. Teams use data to enhance player performance through tailored training programs and injury prevention strategies. Ownership of data allows teams to develop better game strategies and make informed decisions about player selection and positioning. Leagues and governing bodies aim to standardize data collection practices across teams and ensure compliance with privacy laws and regulations. Leagues can monetize aggregated data through partnerships and licensing deals with tech companies, broadcasters, and betting firms, generating significant revenue. Technology and analytics companies seek to expand their market presence by partnering with sports organizations and providing advanced data analytics solutions. Sponsors and advertisers use athlete data to create more targeted and effective marketing campaigns. Fans benefit from the enriched viewing experience that detailed performance data provides. Media outlets use this data to offer deeper insights and more engaging coverage of sports events. Legal and privacy advocates aim to ensure that data collection and usage practices comply with ethical standards and privacy laws. Legal advocates push for fair compensation for athletes whose data is being used commercially, ensuring that they benefit financially from their own data. Medical staff want access to comprehensive data, enables medical staff to conduct research and develop new methods for enhancing athlete health and performance. What are some current disputes or agreements over data ownership? The NFLPA entered into an agreement with Whoop, a wearable fitness tracker company, granting players ownership over the health data collected by the devices. This agreement was groundbreaking as it allowed players to monetize their own data, particularly in terms of licensing it for commercial purposes. Former football manager Russell Slade has led a group legal action on behalf of 850 football players against data companies that were profiting from the players' performance and match data without their consent. The legal action aimed to recover lost income from the unauthorized use of player data. FIFA launched an initiative to protect player data during the 2018 World Cup, ensuring that players had control over the data collected from wearable devices and other tracking technologies used during the tournament. The ACA negotiated an agreement ensuring that players own their medical and fitness data, with strict protocols for data sharing and usage. Some athletes, like NBA player Spencer Dinwiddie, have explored tokenizing their contracts and performance data, seeking new ways to control and monetize their personal data. Athlete perspectives. Athletes' growing awareness of data ownership and control is indeed a significant trend in sports technology. 1. LeBron James, NBA player. Our data is our data. It's not anybody else's to use or profit from without our consent. 2. Megan Rapinoe, soccer player. We need to ensure that the data collected about us is used ethically and doesn't compromise our privacy or career prospects. 3. Allyson Felix, track and field athlete. There's a fine line between using data to improve performance and exploiting athletes. We need clear guidelines and fair compensation for our data. 4. Tom Brady, NFL quarterback. As athletes, we generate valuable data. We should have a say in how it's used and benefit from its commercial applications. 5. Simone Biles, gymnast. Our biometric data is deeply personal. We need assurances that it's protected and not misused by teams, sponsors, or other entities. Future trends and solutions. Emerging trends in data ownership, particularly in sports, are driven by advancements in technology aimed at securing data and empowering athletes. Here are some key trends. Blockchain technology for secure data sharing. Companies like SportX are exploring blockchain solutions to give athletes more control over their data, allowing them to share information securely with teams, sponsors, and medical professionals on a need-to-know basis. Personal data. Wallets enhance user control over personal information, ensuring that data sharing is consensual and traceable. Federated learning enables multiple organizations to collaborate on data analysis without sharing raw data. Smart contracts on blockchain platforms automatically enforce the terms of data sharing agreements. AI and ML analyze large data sets to predict injuries, optimize training regimens, and enhance performance. New platforms are emerging that allow athletes to monetize their data directly. Platforms like Breakaway Data offer athletes the ability to control and sell their performance data, creating new revenue opportunities while ensuring data privacy and ownership. With the introduction of laws like the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR in Europe, and the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, in the US, there is a growing emphasis on individual data rights. Some potential solutions for balancing the interests of all stakeholders. Balancing the interests of all stakeholders in the context of athlete data ownership requires a multifaceted approach that considers the needs and concerns of athletes, teams, leagues, technology providers, sponsors, and fans. Here are some potential solutions: transparent data, governance framework, consent and control mechanisms, data anonymization and aggregation, equitable revenue sharing models, secure data management technologies, collaborative platforms and standards, education and advocacy, regulatory oversight. How will the landscape of data ownership evolve in the next few years? The landscape of data ownership in sports is expected to evolve significantly in the next few years due to advancements in technology, increasing awareness of data rights, and evolving legal frameworks. Here are some predictions on how this landscape might change. Increased athlete control and monetization. Stronger legal and regulatory frameworks. Adoption of blockchain and decentralized technologies. Increased collaboration and data sharing. Commercialization and market expansion. Ethical considerations and advocacy. The landscape of data ownership in sports is undergoing a significant transformation, with athletes gaining more control over their data and new technologies emerging to enhance data management and privacy. As the industry evolves, it is crucial for stakeholders to work together to balance the interests of athletes, teams, sponsors, and fans. By implementing ethical and responsible data practices, we can create an ecosystem that empowers athletes, protects their rights, and fuels innovation in sports. We would love to hear your thoughts on the future of data ownership in sports. Share your insights in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to AthleteIQ for more thought-provoking content on the intersection of sports and technology.